Hey guys, my name is Kelly Dale and I'm owner of Off the Beaded Path located in Forest City, North Carolina. For today's video, we're going to continue on with some Super Duo projects. And I'm going to teach you how what I call the Diamond Duo earrings, or the Duo Diamond earrings, however you want to say it. But basically, they're using the Super Duos and we're going to be making an earring shaped like a kite or a diamond shape. So to do the project, you're going to need 24 Super Duo beads, 12 3mm Bicones, about 120 size 11 seed beads. Size 15 seed beads are optional, and we'll talk about that as we go through the project. You're going to need a pair of ear hooks, a size 12 beading needle, and 2 yards of fire line. And what I do is I go ahead and I cut my 2 yards of fire line, put my needle on there, and do both earrings out of that one piece, so that way I don't have to keep stopping and threading. So go ahead and get your materials together and we'll get started. So here are the earrings I'm going to be showing you how to make today. These are my 4 color samples. I have a neon yellow, I have a silver and turquoise. This is actually one of my favorite new colors of the Super Duos. This is called Metallic Rainbow, but it picks up more coppers and golds and olives, so I thought that was a really pretty color. And also here is a bronzy gold with pink. Now, you'll want to be careful when you use the Super Duos, and I'll try and show you on this one and this one here. The Super Duos, depending on the brand, they're both called Super Duos, but this is what's called a Czech Super Duo, and then this is a regular Super Duo. The Czechs are made in the Czech Republic, and if you look at the Super Duo, and I'll try to get one of my pink ones here so you can see it a little better. The regular Super Duos have more of a point to them here on the end, and the Czech Super Duos are more rounded. So they'll still work. Your piece will come out just a tad bit bigger than, see, it's just a little bit bigger. You can see the seed beads there around the edges. So it's just a tad bigger, but you'll still come out the same results whether you use the Czech or the regular Super Duos. So those are the color samples. These two here are the Czech. These two here are the regular Super Duos. So that just kind of shows you the difference. But to get started, the first thing that you want to do is go through your Super Duos that you're going to use today and look at the holes. You have to be careful because sometimes, like right here, I can stick my needle through this hole. Stick it through good, but this hole here has paint covering up the hole, and I can't get through it unless I take a needle and punch through it to the other side. So I just set these to the side and I don't even worry about using those. So that's the first thing I do when I start the project. But what you're going to do to start out is you got your needle threaded, and you're going to pick up one seed bead that's size 11 and one Super Duo 6 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you started off with a seed bead, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seed beads, and then you should have your super. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. Alright, I'm going to bring this thread down, or my beads down, and I'm going to leave just a little short tail. The only thing I'm going to be using this tail for is to tie off the thread here. So I'm going to leave myself a short tail, and I'm going to hold the tail, and I'm going to come back through all the beads that I just added. Okay, go through all of them again. I'm going to hold my tail and pull the thread all the way through. It should look like this. I'm going to take the tail and the working thread. I'm going to tie these two into a circle. Be careful not to get your knot caught around the size 11 seed bead. Okay. Now I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go through the size 11 seed bead and the super duo right next to the knot. Pull that on through. Now that I've got that pulled through, I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to come right up through the top hole of the super duo that I'm currently exiting. So this is what you should have thus far. I'm going to pick up 2 super duos and go through the top hole of the next super duo. I'm going to pick up a 15, a 3mm, and a 15. Now at this point, these 15s are not optional. You have to use these. I will show you when you get to another step where they are optional. So I'm going to take those and I'm going to come up through the top hole of the next super duo. Pick up a 15, a 3mm, and a 15. I'm going to go up through the top hole of the next super duo. This time I'm going to pick up 2 duos. Go through the top hole of the next duo. Pick up a 15, a 3mm, and a 15. Go through the next super. And then one more time, pick up a 15, a 3mm, and a 15. And go through the super duo. Now if you can get through the 2 super duos here at the top at the same time, you can do that also. If you can't, that's totally okay. Just go through one of them at a time. So that once you get done with this step, this is what you're going to have. Now we're ready to go back and add our next layer. And actually, I went through one too many, so no I didn't. Sorry guys. I'm going to take my needle. I'm coming out of this last super duo here at the top, and I'm just going to come right back through the top hole of the super duo I'm currently coming out of. I'm going to pick up 1 super duo, and I'm going to come through the top hole of the next super. Now I'm going to pick up 2 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to go through, I'm going to skip the super duo, and I'm going to come through the 15, the 3mm, and the 15, through the super duo, the 15, the 3mm, and the 15. Pick up 2 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to come through the top hole of the first super duo of my set of 2. Pick up 1 super duo, come through the top hole of the next one, pick up 2 size 11 seed beads, come through the 15, the 3mm, the 15, the super, the 3mm, or the 15, the 3mm, and the 15. So basically I'm just going through these side beads here. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, size 11. And I'm going to come through the top hole of the first set of 2 super duos. So I'm just going to go right through that one top hole. So at the end of the step, this is what you'll have. I'm going to continue on through the one hole of the super duo, that very first one that I added in this round. And then I'm going to go up through the top hole of the same bead. So at this point, this is what you should have. I'm going to pick up 3 size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to come through the last two size 11s that I just added in the previous step. I'm going to pick up 4 size 11 seed beads. I'm going to skip the 15, the 3mm, and the 15, and I'm going to go through just the super duo. Pick up 4 size 11s. Skip the 15, the 3mm, and the 15, and go through your 2 size 11 seed beads. And then pick up 3 size 11 seed beads and come up through the top hole of the super duo here at the top. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to pick up 3 and go through 2. I'm going to pick up 4 and go through the super. Pick up 4 and go through 2, and then pick up 3 and come through the top super. Once you finish the step, you should have your seed beads around the outer perimeter of your earring. Now I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to come out of the last seed bead here, right in between the space of my next super duo. So I'm just going to follow the thread path. Okay, now this is where we need to talk about some of the optional size 15 seed beads. When I use the regular super duos, I'm normally going to pick up a 3mm. I'm going to skip my space, and I'm going to come through the size 11 seed beads here right across from where I'm at. And that super duo, or that 3mm you just added, will fit right into that space. Now, if you're using the regular or the check supers, you're going to have a very wide space here. So to take care of that, I've used a 15, a 3mm, and a 15. So that's one option or one way you're going to have to alter the pattern. If you don't want to put those 15s in there, you can put just a 3mm, but this is going to cup up and not be flat. So it just depends on what kind of look you're going for. But I'm just going to use my 3mm on this one. And I'm going to continue and exit the seed bead down here to the bottom. When you get to the bottom, there's another design option that you have. What I'm going to do is pick up 3 size 11 seed beads, skip the super duo, and then come right across to the seed beads on the other side and go through those seed beads. So that when you do, those 3 beads lay atop your super duo. Now this will work good for these, but if you're using the check super duos, you're going to have to add a 15, 3 11s, and a 15 here at the bottom and at the top when you get ready to do the top. So that way you won't have that, you'll have a lot of extra space there. So that's why you're going to have to use that 15 before and after. So now what I'm going to do is stitch to my open space and add a 3mm, and then stitch here to the top and add my 3 size 11 seed beads. So I've added my beads and I've stitched back up to the top to exit out of the second seed bead of the set of 3 that I added here. So I'm just exiting that middle seed bead, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up 6 seed beads. Six size 11s, and I'm going to come back through that same bead that I'm coming out of to make my circle. Now this makes my loop for the earring hook. I'm going to go back and reinforce this with a couple of good knots, trim the tail, and then I'm going to make a second earring just like this and add my ear hooks. Once you get your earrings finished, this is what they'll look like. You'll have a really pretty diamond shaped pair of earrings. So we do have the pattern and kits available on our Etsy site, and you can go there and get all the information that you need for these earrings. Be sure and come back next week when I'm going to teach you how to make a duo diamond ring that will go with these earrings. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next week with another great video. Bye-bye.